Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of HR TV. So we are live with, can you believe it? It's episode 10 of this season.
Yes,
And now we're
exactly.
so fast, and now we're almost at the end of season 4 already. We're going to go into season 5 soon. Topic today is another one that many HR professionals won't want to miss. So I guess you can guess what it is. It is the art of TNA, tailoring training for peak performance. We will be starting the discussion shortly, but before we dive in, here's your friendly reminder. This is a live show. So what do live shows
Yes,
mean? So we want you, Ajit and I wants you to pop in
to
the
be
comment.
alive.
Yeah, to be alive. That's a good one. We want you to comment and tell us who you are. At least say a hello to us so that we know that you are there. Where are you tuning in from? Whether you are local in Malaysia, or you are in Perak or PJ or KL or Johor, or you are overseas, because we've had people from the US, we've had people from which part? Dubai, Indonesia, Myanmar.
Brunei, Dubai, Africa.
Yeah, correct. So let us know where you're from. And also let us know, are you still in Deepawali holiday mode? Or your engine has started for those who are celebrating? And the last question is for you to comment on is, what are you having for lunch? Because some of us here haven't eaten. So tell us, come on. Put it in the chat section because we absolutely love hearing from you. So don't hold
What did
back.
you eat?
What's that?
What did you eat, Shireen?
I ate rice with
Oh, you
chicken.
had your lunch.
I did.
Okay.
I did because right after the
Okay.
show, I have to head off to Penang. So, guys, remember,
Oh,
share your thoughts and be part of the engaging show. And at least say a hello to us first so we know you're there. All right.
we
Ajit.
have an hello from Alicia. Hello, everybody. I am having Maggie curry. Oh my God! In this cold, rainy day, Maggie curry is very nice.
I know.
It
Suddenly,
has
I'm
been raining the
salivating.
whole day.
Hmm.
Okay, let's go back to our show. Before we move on, allow me to introduce the show. Before um, we are known as hashtag HR Intervents, commonly referred to as hashtag HRTV. It's an online talk show presented by Compass Mind Asia, a renowned corporate training provider. In our previous episodes, we have engaged in discussions with HR experts covering a wide range of topics related to HR and career development. This show is for everyone who has a job, looking for a job, whether you are a freelance, business owner, fresh graduate, or especially those seated in HR seat. This show is for you. Okay, we have a hi everyone from Brian Wu.
Yeah, Brian was messaging me. So I was like, that's why you see me looking at the side. Hi, Brian. I think you messaged to us for the link, right? Good that you found it. Lovely having you on the show. Anyway, Ajit, throughout our 4 seasons, right, of our HRTV, we have been discussing so many wonderful topics, isn't it? So we've covered
Yes.
things like what mental health among employees, future of work, strategies to a successful succession planning, and so many more. But guys,
Okay.
don't worry, you missed them because all past seasons are up on on my YouTube channel, which is Shireen Kelly, and which you can see at the ticker below. But go there only after the show. Okay, don't go now because we want you here, right, Ajit? We want them here, right?
Yes. We want you
Yeah.
here and we want you to be alive. Do participate. Do tell us where you are dialing in from, what you're having for lunch. And once we start the show, do post any questions or any feedback. We want this to be interactive and we want this to be as engaging as possible. We have a hello from a LinkedIn user. Hello,
Parmit.
everyone.
It's
Huh?
Parmit Singh. Parmit Singh.
Oh, okay. Have a full blown banana leaf meal. Hope I don't doze off. Oh my God, he's having banana leaf. Oh,
I
wow.
jealous.
Nice. Okay, we would like to
Hmm.
see who's watching. So please do share with us who you are. Please say hi, which part of Malaysia are you calling from or around the world. And before we continue, in case I didn't introduce myself, my name is Ajit. I am a HR practitioner who's been practicing HR for the past 25 years. And with me, I have
I am 𝗧𝗵𝗲, the Managing Director of Compass Mind Asia, and we like to welcome you to HR Intervention Season 4,
season 4,
Episode
episode
10.
10.
Welcome again, everyone. So, we're so excited for today's episode. Before anything, let us wish Happy Deepawali to everyone who celebrates. So, how was your Deepawali, Ajit? I saw some party going on and I was not invited, but you can continue talking about that.
Yeah, probably on my social media. Yeah, this year Diwali
Yes.
was a little small on a small scale, nothing grand. Just among family, just makan. We had lunch, family and all that. Very noisy. The house was crowded, and then later in the evening we had barbecue.
So,
So it was fun. It was fun.
I find some contradicting here. You say it
Mm,
was small, and yet you say the house was crowded, and you
mm,
said family,
mm.
and I always thought I was family to you. But why was I not invited?
Your house is always open for you.
Lucky you said that. Well, that would have been real fun time. I had a very small gathering also, but it was away in Phuket with
Oh.
another two family friends. So that was nice and cozy. But yeah, when we came back, we did have a small Diwali do for family alone because I believe I've always told the children this. I said when whatever happens, whether you get married or you're away studying or whatever, there are checkpoints in our lives that we need to be together. One is definitely Vaisakhi for us. Although it's not priority, but Deepawali is number one. Mommy's birthday is number two.
Ooh. Okay. And then
Yes,
what's number
and then
three?
the child's birthday is number three.
Uh, okay.
Ah, whichever child it is. So we have checkpoints where we will have to meet. Otherwise, everyone's busy with life. That we go on with life and we don't remember that, hey, you know what? We have to go back. Like the Malays, they try to go back during Raya. The Chinese will go back during Chinese New Year. They have their reunion. The Indian community will do Deepawali. So guys, audiences, do you all agree with me that we must find that checkpoint once a year at least to go home and visit our
Yes,
family members? Yeah?
agreed. But
Yeah.
I have a concern, Shireen. You said number one was Deepavali, number two was mommy's birthday, number three was the child's birthday. What happened to the daddy's birthday?
That one, as long as the wife is around, is enough.
Okay.
Then the wife plan to bring the daddy to go and see the children as
See
a
the children.
surprise.
Okay.
I double standard.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
No,
Fantastic.
I'm very happy to say that my kids so far they've been away, but they make it a point even to be back for daddy's birthday.
Nice, nice,
Mummy's
nice.
birthday, they cannot run away because otherwise they'll be slaughtered. But
Mm.
they plan in a way where they will cover all mummy,
Good, good.
daddies, and grandfathers.
Good, good, fantastic, fantastic. I like the family values. Huh? Family values need to be grounded, need to be really strong. I like that very much. Very good,
Yeah.
very good. If you
Anything,
guys
Aji?
agree with me, audiences agree with me, please do feel free to put in your comments. Today, we also have a very interesting guest with us. Shireen, you
Yeah.
want to?
Yeah, I would like to invite our very outstanding guest because he has extensive experience And well, I'm not sure if I should spill the beans, but I understand that this speaker is like really close to you, like family or something. Want to tell us a little bit?
Yeah, he was there for Deepavali. You can see my LinkedIn pictures. He was there. Today's speaker is actually my elder brother. So he is also HR practitioner. He's been practicing HR more than I have, and been coaching, guiding me as well. So today I've got a very powerful mentor in the house to share to his thoughts with us.
Okay,
So
then let
Shireen,
me be.
everyone knows he's my brother.
But today I learned that he's your elder brother.
Ah,
So let me introduce a little bit about this amazing brother of Kojit. His name is Harvinder Singh. For those of you who don't know him, he's a highly accomplished HR leader with over 15 years of experience. That's why Kojit says he's also guided him quite a bit throughout the HR, throughout their lives. I'm not sure whether just in HR. I'm sure he has been a wonderful big brother just to hold your hand and make sure you don't fall through as you're growing up. But in the work area, he's been driving business strategies, transforming company cultures, and leading cross-functional teams in top-tier organizations such as Sunway Berhad, Volvo Malaysia, and also RBC Investor Services. As the former GM of human resources at Sunway Theme Parks, yeah, he was there really quite long as I remember. He played a key role in enhancing employee experience and compliance. Known for his dynamic approach to talent acquisition and organizational development, Mr. Harvinder is passionate. He's super passionate about building resilient teams and shaping future HR practices. So please give hearts and big emoji claps and help me welcome Harvinder Singh.
Hey,
Yay!
thank you, Shireen.
Welcome,
welcome.
welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, Harvinder, for joining us today. It's a little awkward because he's my elder brother. We see each other at home every day. Every other week, we see each other. So today we are on live show and doing this thing. So it's something that we have never done. It's the first time. So welcome. It's a true honor to have you on board. It's been long overdue. Sharon has been asking me this for many times. So finally, we managed to get your time. So how are you? How have you been keeping?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, but I feel a bit of a challenge here because Shireen said serious discussions only. I saw that advertised somewhere, and I think that might be a bit of a problem for me. Um, and then the other part was the banana leaf meal. Right now that's got me hungry. So can we just get this over so I can go have my banana leaf as well?
Don't worry. The serious part can be when we say serious, we mean Bangra, and that's our serious lah.
Okay. Okay,
Ah,
you know for a fact I'm not a good dancer, so good. Yeah, okay.
and we are
So
never
never.
serious also so you also know that. So let's keep it fun and enjoyable.
Right.
Okay, maybe you want to share something that maybe others doesn't know about you. Anything special? Any new projects that you're working on? Any hobbies or anything like that?
You can,
I think
Harvey, I would also like to add, maybe you also want to add something your brother doesn't know about you, also, maybe some secrets in the to
okay.
share it.
Recently I came across a bit more time, personal time. So what I'm doing now, I've been researching a lot of material and tools that is available online. Right? Amazing what the internet provides. I've been in HR almost 30 years now, and back in the day, you had to go to MPH and places like that to look for resources or libraries. Right nowadays, you can sit at home and you can Google and there's so much material available. And even on Shopee, I surprisingly found a lot of material that I felt can be used. So there's material on stuff that I've trained in the past, and I thought, why was this not available? So yeah, so this is something I've been doing. Kojit doesn't know yet, but I plan to share with him one of these days. Right, it's amazing the amount of tools that are available out there in the market nowadays. And I'm actually learning something online free. something to do with sustainability. So again, there's so much material available, and there's no reason for you not to learn nowadays, right? Do not wait for your company or your boss or anyone to stop you from learning. So if you don't learn, it's on you and not on anyone else.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is so inspiring. I think this is what we need on HRTV.
Yeah,
True. I totally agree with you. Totally agree.
that's true. The
Fantastic.
learning initiative is in our hands. So
Yeah.
you are so right. I'd like to invite Arina also. Hi, Arina. So
Hi, Erin.
let's move on with the topic. Thank you, Harvinder, for the insights on a little bit about you. But um, how about your hobby? What's your favorite thing to do?
Oh, uh, I have a few things like I collect currency. So I've been collecting currency since I was, I think, in my teenage years. So I've got a stash of bank notes and coins from all over the world, old ones, new ones. So I sometimes rearrange them just to. And my most prized asset is a $600, 600 ringgit note, the biggest note in the world, that Bank Negara issued on our 60th independence anniversary, right? Merdeka 60 tahun, they had that note. So that's my prized possession. Other things I like watching TV. I like reading. I'm reading a very interesting book now. The topic is surrounded by bad bosses and lazy employees. But the topic, the contents is not, has got very little to do with how the topic sounds, right? But yeah, it's a really good book. I highly recommend it. Yeah, so those are things that I do, and spending a lot of time with my family, my boys, my missus, as much as I can. I think that's, yeah, something I enjoy.
That's great. In fact,
Fantastic.
I'm
Fantastic.
also quite eager to know if any of the audiences are also having a very unique hobby like yours about collecting currencies and the past and present money from all over the world. If you
Yeah.
do, put it in the chat. And we have another LinkedIn user. This time it's not appearing. It says, "Good afternoon, everyone. Having fish sambal for lunch." Oh my God. Now,
Wow.
Oh dear, this is making me hungrier. So
Yeah,
okay.
now I'm hungry. Okay, let's get back to our topic. Today we are going to
okay.
explore TNA, training needs analysis, the roadmap to making training impactful and aligned with business goals. TNA identifies exactly what skills are needed, who needs them, and why it matters. This is to ensure that training dollar does not go to waste, and also to drive engagement in the right manner. Okay, skipping TNA can lead to challenges like skill gaps, low engagement, and high turnover. And these are some of it, and it can go. The list can go on and on and on and on. So
Mhm.
therefore, TNA is a really important exercise in any organization. It can be small, right up to big organizations. TNA is something that you really need to have. Okay, without further ado, let's get the show going, Shireen.
Awesome. I'd like to start the show today a little bit differently by asking the audiences one question before I get to Harvey's first question. So, to the audiences in our show today, let us know at what stage are you of your TNA? Have you started your TNA this year already? Or you starting later, early next year? Or you don't believe in TNAs? Because, like Ajit mentioned just now, the challenges about not doing TNA. So, let us know. Put in the comment section in the chat box and let us know. So, Harvind, I've got the first question for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yay. Why is a training need analysis essential for aligning training with organizational goals?
I think it's probably step one you do, right? Before you send people for training. There used to be a very wise manager I worked for, and he said, "Jangan sekali-kali buat SST." Then I asked him, "Apa tu SST?" He said, "Suka-suka training. You suka, you hantar training. You suka, you hantar training." So he had a very interesting definition to SST lah. We normally associate it with text, but for him it's more like jangan suka-suka train lah. So I said, what do you mean by that? He said most times bila staff complain kita hantar training. Dia kata tak ada training kita hantar training. Then he said kita buat needs analysis dulu. So he was the one who taught me. So and back in the day he already started with the thought that these are data-driven decisions. When people were not even looking at data, so he taught me to look at data points. So that I told him why. He said at least relevant. Bila orang dapat training yang mereka perlu, highly impactful. Kalau tidak, then you just spending money for the sake of spending money. Don't tick the box. So that's why the TNA will help you align. Sometimes people say, what if it's not accurate? It's okay. I'd rather be 80% accurate than 0% don't know what I'm doing, right? So I think that even 70-60% is way better than having no aim at all. So at least you start somewhere, right? And then you start working on the gaps, right? So yeah, so that's my opinion. Why is it important? I think you need to do a lot of alignment. And then there are things, right? You need to align it with the business strategy. Then you also need to make sure you're spending money the right way, right? And it's impactful to the employees and the organization, both.
That is so true.
Yeah, so true. Very well said. I think the impact to the organization only comes when there's a TNA, well said. Okay, this brings me to our second question. Earlier, I spoke about some challenges company faces when there is no TNA done or not done proper. Now, could you elaborate further? What are some of the common pitfalls organizations face when they skip the TNA steps?
Okay, the TNA involves many process, right, or steps and tools that you apply. If you don't do a TNA, then your training delivery is very much misaligned with what the company and the employee needs. Then you don't close the skill gaps. There's no performance improvement, and then you have wasted the employees, the company's funds, right? Even worse, you have also wasted employees' time and taken them away from productive work, right? But when you have done a good TNA, when you get resistance, normally every training partner will come and tell you, right? Kita buat training, 50% of the people don't want to turn up, right? But that's where you then have to tell the managers, we are organizing this because based on the data that we collected, this request came from you guys and from the organization, right? Then the resistance can be managed a little bit better. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but you have one tool to go back and counter argue with them. Look, you asked, I'm doing this for you. I'm not doing this suka-suka training for myself. I'm doing this for you, right? So when it's what's in it for me, for them, right, then their engagement or at least their commitment can be a bit higher. I'm not, again, I say, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but then harder for them to not send their employees. Okay, next batch I will send. And then you can start increasing the training participation over time, right? Because then they start to realize, oh, no point if I don't send because I know this is going to come back because this is what I asked for anyway. Yeah, so that's my view at least.
That's great, yeah, because some companies, they say, oh, our culture has not started, last time we used to send people and people used to come, but then we stopped training and now the culture has not started back again. But yeah, I mean, if you do a TNA, there is black and white data that that was your gap, that you need to attend the training. So that's a wonderful answer. So you mentioned just now, right, that it is better to have 80% accuracy in your TNA than not to have at all, right? So I'd like to ask you the next question, which is about the financial impact of not conducting a thorough TNA before launching a training program. What would the financial impacts be?
The two ways to look at this, right? Nowadays, most organizations out there are contributing to HRDF. It's money sitting in the piggy bank. You can't easily take the money out, but you can use it to help your employees grow and develop. If you don't use that money, the money is taken away from your account. And I have seen organizations lose up to 40, 50,000 ringgit and they don't even know that they lost the money. And, so I have no idea why that happens in companies like that. But I think it's important for us to know that sometimes companies are willing to spend more than what's in their HRDF budget because they know the importance of training. So you're not saving any money, right? You're not saving any money, right? But you also need to ensure that you're not wasting the funds there. So the needs analysis is for you to ensure that you are meeting the needs and your KPIs in the organization are met. You can help the organization meet its KPI by making the TNA or the trainings more relevant to the employees' needs, right? When they are not skilled, they are lacking knowledge, then you see loss of productivity, lower revenue for the company, right? All this has got a direct impact on the P&L, profit and loss, and the revenue of the company. So you need to make sure that these training programs will help address some of those gaps. It's a complicated process, right? There are certain trainings that are easily measurable. There are certain trainings that are not. So that those that are easily measurable, you quantify that and you tell the management, see, this is the impact of what we have trained our employees. This is a productivity increase that you have seen. Not doing it, your productivity will keep going down and down and down and down, and then retraining takes more money.
Yeah, that's so true. Ajit?
Okay, fantastic. Well said. We have got some people responded to your question earlier, Shireen. You asked whether did they do TNA, have they started their TNA? We have got Madiara alias, yes, I'm doing the TNA this month. Okay, we also have got Brian saying that currently reviewing our TNA approach. Fantastic. Okay, we have got one LinkedIn user, but I can't see anything. Can you see, Shireen, at your
Nope,
end?
I'm trying to track on my phone, but I can't.
I only see numbers 68
Yeah.
999901.
Yeah, no
That could be the
worries.
lottery number, you may want to take
Yeah,
note.
exactly. Lottery number or
Yeah.
Mapu number. Anybody want to buy Mapu today? 6899. Go and buy.
Yeah. You strike first prize, no need to do TNAs anymore at all.
No need to
Okay.
work, so maybe go holiday.
Okay, before we move on, we are opening the floor to the audience. If they have got any questions for the audience, any questions or any feedback or any opinion, feel free to share them in the chat below so that we'll try to answer as many of them as possible. Okay, so please bring on your questions.
Yeah, just flood it into the chat. So Harvinder, I've got another question for you. What are some of the telltale signs that a training program is misaligned with an organizational needs?
I think it's important for us to listen to the participants of the training, right? The first sign is that, wasting my time lah. I got so much work to do. Why are they so disengaged? Make sure that the right employees are sent. If you're sending the wrong employees, if you're just filling seats on a bum on a seat, right? Then you are not doing any favors to the company. The only thing you are doing is ticking the box of KPI done, training hours done, right? So you want to make sure that the employee gets the value from the training as much as then they can go back and apply and then the company gets that value. Otherwise, then you start to see resistance. Then they go back and they tell their friends, and then their friends also don't want to come because you know how powerful this word in the organization. This training memang tak guna lah. Habis. Then nobody wants to come anymore, right? So get the first one or two or three batches right, and then the rest will fall into place. If you don't, then so those are normally what I look out for. Sometimes it's easy to have a lesser number in a classroom than to just fill up the classroom for the sake of filling up a classroom, right? So my 2 cents word lah. I'd rather train 5 people effectively than train 20 people ineffectively. My personal opinion.
I so agree with you, Harvinder. There are some people who want to maximize the cost, but honestly, in my view, 5 is very personal. You will have very good coaching done besides a training, but anything more than 20 to 25, you are actually not getting the best out of the trainer. because it's not easy for an individual to actually focus on so many people. But then HRDF just came in with one per class 50 people. Like, how
Hmm.
would that happen? But I'm quite glad in Malaysia, I will say clients are very well informed that they are not following the 50 packs except for a team building. But for soft skill trainings, no way. Mardia has a question that challenge staff request the training relevant to bridging the gap. HR arranges it, then they do not come because got urgent customer complaint, urgent line to run, urgent other things. How to overcome this? Harinder, would like to take that question?
I don't know
Very
whether it
common
was
problem
only
in our.
one staff who requested for it lah. If it's an in-house program, I think more than one staff would have requested for that training program. If all of them don't turn up, then something is wrong in the company, right?
Mm.
There will be people who turn up. There will be people who requested for the training program and they turn up. That's why I said, macam saya kata tadi, the first 1, 2, or 3 batches are your that's your opportunity to sell the program that this is really good. So those people who find excuses, they are genuine emergencies, right? They are genuine emergencies,
Yeah.
but they are also the resistors who just don't want to come, right? So if you can deliver a relevant and good training program the first few rounds, the rest will fall in place.
Yeah.
They will volunteer to come, and I have seen this happen, right? So even if 10 people turn up, it's okay, nothing wrong, nothing wrong. You train the 10, you make sure the 10 will sing the song outside, right? But if you don't get, then sometimes you need to go back and look at your TNA lah. If there's too much resistance, maybe the TNA was ineffective. If that step was not effective enough, or you rushed it, then you might not get the right trainings in, then you are not hitting the mark, then you get even higher resistance. So there are many ways to measure, right? um, Again, humans are humans lah, right? They will say they want something, and when they get it, then they will start to say, "Yeah, this is not what I wanted." No, this is not. So this is normal, right? But we need to know how to manage some of that lah, right? That's where the HR. That's why we have human resources. We need to be able to engage. We need to be able to get, to influence people to want this. That's part of what we do, right? So it's not just, we are not administrators. You need to be strategic enough to make sure that it's impactful, but it must be relevant. When the relevant comes from the point when you start the TNA process, make sure you get that right. Get the accuracy there high.
Okay, I think that's very well said. Need to ensure that what we are doing is accurate. Only then people will be enticed to come. Thank you for sharing that. I have the next question. Similarly, same like Brian's question as well. Brian is asking a question here. What are some effective TNA approaches that can be recommended to ensure HR or L&D can accurately capture actual training gaps that align with different departments' needs slash KPIs?
Okay, that's a really loaded question. Let me see if I can try to answer that well for you, Brian. Um, there are many approaches when you do TNA, like anything in life, right? There's more than one way to skin a cat. You have got the performance gap analysis, or you can use competency-based assessments. Um, for example, if you use competency-based assessments, you define what the competencies are first. You define these are the competencies in the organization for this role, etc., whatever not. Then you also identify what are the hard skills and the soft skills, right? You need to break that up. Most people try to cover everything. No, hard skills, soft skills. So you have got many data points, job descriptions. You can do interviews. You can even go observe high performing employees, how they are doing their work. Pick some of these things up. Then you evaluate. You know, do yes. So this is the area. Then you discuss this with some of the managers. So these are the things that I've discovered. Do you notice if you get strong alignment from them? Good, right? So then you can so once you have that alignment, then you can start thinking where the gaps are. If you don't know what you're looking at, if you don't even identify the competency, then how do you look at the gap, right? Then I see another question there. Measuring criteria define whether a training done. Okay, that one later lah. But you once you have identified the skills, then you can see where are the gaps. Do we have this skill? Is this skill good enough or not? On a rating of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, where are the employees? Where are the teammates? Right? From there, then you start developing. Again, remember this. It may not be a training gap or a knowledge gap. Okay, let me be clear. It may not be a skills or a knowledge gap. You only do training when it's a skill or a knowledge gap. Nothing else, right? If the person doesn't have the right tools, if you realize his computer is too slow, give them a new computer. Don't go and send for training. That's when the training is not hitting the mark, right? Identify what the issues are, right? Is it a training need or not training need? If it's not a training need, then no. If the manager is an issue, then send the manager for training. Don't send the staff for training. Right? So sometimes they send the staff for training and then they will go to the training and they say, actually, my manager should attend this training.
Yeah.
Right? So really identify whether it's a skill or a knowledge gap. Only these two times you train. Other times, you do other interventions. That might be another topic for HRTV in the future, but then you need other interventions, you need other ways to manage those areas. Okay? All right, Brian, sorry, I know I went to a few places, but I hope I did manage to answer somewhat.
Okay, fantastic. We have another question here from LinkedIn user. Can you see, Shireen, who's the user? Any names to it?
No, it's not come out yet just yet.
Okay, in your opinion, what are the measuring criteria to define whether a training done is considered successful?
Okay. This one depends on what area. If you're looking at productivity, for example, right, then measure the productivity before and after. If the productivity has gone up, then obviously the training had some influence in that. Okay. If you do not see that increase in productivity, then you know your training, you either need to fine tune it or need to adjust. If it's a soft skill, then you need to go back and reassess, do 360 assessments, then you do feedback from the manager or even sometimes feedback from the employees, whether this is working or not. Have you seen improvement? So again, it's not a mathematical formula often, right? We're dealing with people. There's no 1 + 1 = 2. When it comes to humans, it's 1 + 1 = 11. So we need to understand that. So the more you put in, but identify these things before you even during the TNA, not after, right? So this is what I will see success as. Then you know what the training, and then when you go to the training provider, for example, you go to Compass Mind, then you can tell Compass Mind, this is the outcome that I'm expecting. Otherwise, you are doing SST lah, suka-suka train.
I totally agree on it, man.
Because I want to add on, Shireen,
I think we answered that one, but anyway, no.
Yeah.
I think another good way of managing or looking at success is actually looking at identifying a ROI that you really want to measure. There are thousands of ROI out there that you can measure. You identify exactly what you want to measure. You want to measure an ROI on certain area, and then you outline that out front, and then you measure before,
correct,
and then you measure after.
So that's what I said, right? Identify what success will look like.
Yeah.
Once you do that, then you aim for that, right? You have an aim point, you keep aiming for that, hard for you to miss if you have a bullseye. The problem when we don't have a target, then we're all over the place.
Correct.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's good to have a target before we start, where is our benchmark, and then after that, when we have successfully completed, where we have ended, 2-3 months later, what is the score, what are the numbers. So that would be one way of showing or identifying whether the TNA has really been. Okay, very good. We have got more questions today. Very good, Shireen. I like
Yeah,
this.
okay. Exactly. They are flooding the questions. Bring on more questions. So we've got one question from Mock here. Some employees are reluctant to attend compliance training, such as safety-related sessions, even though we emphasize it's important and it benefits them. Many show up with being forced to attend training phases. I think that is more of a statement. But what's your take on it, Harvinder?
Yeah. Any comments on this?
Um, yeah, you will get resistance, lah, right? Like I said earlier, you're not going to have a perfect process where you send out the training and then you invite 15, 20 people, all 15, 20 people attend. If life was that simple, L&D people would not be wanting to watch sessions like this, right? So I think human nature is such that when things are easy, we resist or we take it for granted. When trainings are available, they take it for granted. Try not doing trainings for 6 months and then everybody will be complaining, tak ada training ke, tak ada training ke, right? So I think, Mok, let me try to again, like I said, if the first few sessions are not impactful or people don't find value in the trainings that are being run, then the resistance will be higher, right? Engage the managers. Engage the managers. The managers must help us to also educate. The middle managers must also help to educate the rest of the organization. It's not just the L&D team. The stronger your relationship, the more they will start to influence on your behalf. But you then need to, for safety, for example, right? Since you mentioned safety, safety is mostly done because it's compulsory training for most employees. First day itself, you have to attend the safety the safety training in the company, right? To know all the safety rules and regulations, etc., etc. I think that's an opportunity. Don't make your program dry, right? Use active learning techniques. Make participants engage during the sessions. Get them to speak more than the trainer. If you're just downloading, guarantee people don't come back, right? Use active learning. Go and Google what active learning means, right? If you're not sure, look me up on LinkedIn. I can share a few ways of how you can make some of these training programs more exciting, more engaging. People want two things lah. They want to learn and they want to do it in a fun environment.
Yeah.
Make it enjoyable, right? The more enjoyable your sessions are, the more they will say, actually aku pun nak pergi lah, aku pun nak pergi. Lain kali ada panggil lagi, right? So I've had people who walk away giving that feedback also to training programs before, right? Add fun elements. And then nowadays there's so many tools out there more in the market, right? You can use these tools to engage. I have a few. Contact me on LinkedIn and I'll share a few tools with you. You may be able to help you, right? Anything more, you might need to engage Compass Mind, but small tips here and there, I'm happy to share.
Cool. I hope that answers your question, Mark.
Let me add, Shadin. People know the benefit of staying healthy and eating healthy, right? But most people don't do that, lah. Okay? They know safety is important, so why don't they come? But if you make eating healthy a fun thing, right? Like I don't know, and I know how to do it. You need to find your own way, right? But if you make it fun, people will follow.
That is so true.
Yeah, I like that concept.
Yeah, man.
Make it fun, make learning fun.
Yeah,
And
actually,
another way I would recommend is all the safety training. Make it short, make it bit-sized learnings, so that they can pick up during lunch hours. They can pick up so that at least don't take up a lot of their time as well.
Nandri, Mr. Harvey. Yeah, I agree because it's very important. Even a dry topic, when you add the fun element in there, people want to learn. So a dry topic does not need to be dry because we are all adults. So, all right, Ajit, over to you. Next.
My next question. Okay, how can HR leaders ensure that TNA aligns with both short-term and long-term business goals?
Okay. Look at the business plan. Engage with your managers, right? If you don't have access to senior management, then go to your head of HR and ask him or her, right? What are some of the challenges in the business plan? Are we Are we looking to increase revenue? How do we plan to do that, right? Where are the gaps in the organization? Do we is our sales, are we meeting our sales targets? If we are not meeting our sales target, then maybe we need to help the sales force, right? How can we help the sales force? What kind of training will be relevant to help them sell better? Do we want value-based training, or do we want what kind of training? So think about those areas and have those discussions with them. Then engage the managers involved, and then look at the longer term business plan. 3 years from now, what are we planning to do? Are we planning to have a new list of products? What are we going to do to train our employees or our salespeople on the products, right? Do that early. Jangan product dah launch baru kita running all over the place to go and look for the relevant trainings and all that, right? Train before, not train after. Well, sometimes you have to do after, but if you can be more proactive and train before, then you are driving that impact on the business, right? So some companies have got 1 year business plan. Most companies have got 1 year business plans, right? So you look at the business plan for the year and say, okay, these are the areas, these are the things that we will be able to do for the business. So look at that details. Again, every company's plan is different, so I can't really tell you how you need to look at your company. But if you want to, just have a discussion, yeah, again, look me up on LinkedIn, and I can share some of my ideas with you, whatever, right? So again, go back to the part where you look at skills and training. Don't look at other areas. What are the skills that we need to make our people perform better at the jobs? Then you are having that impact on the business plan more than anything else.
Yeah, that's a very good answer to that question. So guys, we see you guys are really giving us lots of questions today, and we love it. So keep putting your questions in, and I like to let you guys know, as promised in our marketing communication, if you attend today's session, you are in for a treat. I promise this on our LinkedIn post today. So we are giving you a free TNA tools workshop with Harvinder, because you guys have so many great questions. We have 2 modes, as we want to assure that all of you get the chance to attend. All right. So we are having the one session on 25th November at a venue in Petaling Jaya. And for those who can't attend a face-to-face, we are also having a virtual session on the 5th December. So we're going to put the link up. Oh yeah, that's the brochure that we're sharing. The link is up on the chat group, but please don't click on the link. Copy it and paste it somewhere else first, because then you can fill it up once we are done with the event. So this is, if you are interested or your colleagues are interested to attend, please fill up the form which is in the link below. Okay, let's continue with more questions from the audience. Ajit?
Yeah, we have a question from
Shadi.
Shadi. Okay, do you think we should address skills and craft training in our initiatives? For example, we should consider programs in carpentry, welding, or digital skills to ensure workforce capability.
Okay, Shadi, minta maaf dulu. I'm not sure the nature of your company's business, but if the nature of your company's business requires these skills, then do it. Then buat sahaja. Kalau syarikat memerlukan these skills, then do. Okay. Sometimes, okay, if your business is in the, for example, in theme park last time, right? We needed welders, we needed carpenters. So yes, we do try to look for these training programs. Digital skills for the marketing team, it's very important nowadays. Okay. But make sure they are doing marketing for the company, bukan ambil selfie letak dekat Instagram hari-hari. Okay, that's not what we expect from them. So if it's a business need, do it. That's the only thing I can tell you, right? So again, I don't know what the business, but if those are the skills you need, buat sahaja, no problem.
That's great. Thank you, Harvey. Thanks for the answer. We've got another LinkedIn user asking a question. Skills versus attitude, which is better? Because skills can be taught, but attitude is more towards a human moral compass. So, what is your take on it? I'm very high on attitude to start off with.
I want to answer this with a pinch of salt, right?
Go ahead.
Nobody wakes up in the morning with planning to do a bad job, right? Um, Nobody comes to work, oh, today I'm going to give everybody attitude, right? No one has any intent to do anything bad. I believe that, right? Everybody wants to do a good job. So attitude is determined by many things. One is the person itself. Number two, also how inspiring is the work environment, which means the colleagues, the manager, everything. If I'm not getting the required support that I have raised a few times, do you think my attitude is going to be good? Right? If I start shutting down, then people might say, oh, dia ni memang lah macam tu, right? So look at what is causing the person to have that attitude first. Skills, easy to train. Yes, you can train, right? Tapi attitude, sometimes try to understand first before we mark the person, oh ini memang attitude tak baik lah ni. Sometimes this company attitude no good, but go other company, the person is a high flyer, very good employee, model employee, employee of the year, employee of the minute, employee of the hour, so what happened, right? So I think it's really our moral compass. I'm not a moral policeman here, right? But I have an influence on my teammates. I need to make sure that they come to work inspired in the morning. I'm not the best of managers, I can tell you that. You ask some of my ex-employees, they will tell you kadang-kadang dia punya mood pagi tak berapa bagus, right? Sometimes I even share with them, hari ni cuaca tak baik, so they will get the message, right? But we need to influence that. We need to make sure that we also drive the right attitude. If really the person is not happy to work there, then let them find a job somewhere else. Okay, but yes, kita cuba tolong orang dulu lah sebelum kita give up on people. I think everybody should be given a chance lah.
Great. Actually, I got a very good question here. It doesn't seem to be appearing on our chat box. I'm not sure why, but I would like to know, this by Simon, I would like to know how can we get the top management to support the TNA initiative? While I understand the profitability is priority of top management, how to turn their attention to the importance of learning and especially spending quality time in TNA?
Okay. One of the techniques I've used in the past is this, right? I ask, I go and check how much money is available in HRDF, right? Then I will go back and tell management, look, you know what, boss, I have 350,000 ringgit sitting in the piggy bank, and they will be, so much money. I say, yes, we have a lot of money sitting in HRDF, and we need to make sure that we utilize this money effectively. To do that, let's do a proper TNA. Otherwise, this money is going to go to the government, and what happens after that, we don't know, right? So management is interested to get the best ROI. That is one of the ways to tell them that you actually have money. Don't worry. TNA also, you don't have to spend extra money. We can use the 350,000 to do the TNA, right? So in a way, so meaning I don't have to spend more money. Okay, can, no problem, jalan. Whatever it is, make sure you utilize the 350,000, right? Then you keep updating them. This is where we are. So do a proper TNA. From that, so that is one of the techniques I've used in the past now, right? Management is all about, sometimes management wants to see the ROI, they want to see the money coming back. Use whatever you have. Influence them with what they feel is important. If they find that the revenue is important, then make sure you drive right impact with the money that is sitting in HRDF.
That's awesome. That's a great angle to look at, because what's in the piggy bank,
correct,
it's going to go into a common pool if it's not used. So it's your money.
You most likely won't see the money back. right? So how do I make you most use of the money, lah, right? It's like pouring into your own education, lah. You already registered for the course, you make sure you study hard, lah, right?
That's
Correct,
true.
correct.
Mm.
Okay, fantastic. I have another question for you. How does TNA impact employees' retention and engagement in the long term? Anyway, before you answer that question, you already earned yourself a lunch. Owe you one. Well done. Somebody owe you one here in our chat board.
Yeah, okay. All right, thank you, thank you. Banana
Okay.
leaf is on my mind right now. Okay, after that post earlier, so yeah.
How
Okay,
does TNA impact employee retention?
okay. I think if I have a gap and my gap is closed and I am able to perform better at my job, I will feel good. Okay. Um, I cannot explain this any better than that, lah. If I go to a training program that was impactful and I learned a lot of tools and I come back and I'm able to apply, I will feel, oh, suddenly I'm a better employee. I can perform better. I'm delivering more value to the company, right? And then your manager will start to say, hey, Shireen, good job. When you hear that, anyone in this forum right now, right? When you hear your manager telling you, good job, you feel good or not? Any
Definitely.
employee, biasa manager bila kerja tak siap, they will maki lah, they will scold lah, they will do all, they will put pressure on you. But imagine for a change, they come and say, hey, Harvinder, good job. I will feel like, hey, okay, not this fella. So it's got a few things like, one, I'm doing my job better. I'm delivering the to my manager, and my manager will come and praise me. All this drives engagement, right? And then suddenly I'm happy, and then my employees, now oh, his performance is getting better. I don't have to pick up his slack anymore, right? So that relationship also gets better and better, right? So people are no longer, oh, this Harvinder fella, really lah, you, I have to do things for him. So all that now becomes, can you imagine? So this is just one example about how it does increase engagement. You might not be able to prove it directly, but think about it. Close a gap, perform better, get all the praise, relationships improve. Why not?
Mm. All
Correct.
right. That's
You know,
absolutely.
Shireen,
What?
we are up an hour.
Huh?
Oh, and I'm just warming up here, so anyway, it's okay.
Yes.
Oh my God. No, you warm up for the
The
sessions
3 hour session, okay.
that the
Right.
audiences are going to be registering to attend the face to face and the virtual that we're giving them
Okay.
free of charge.
All
So you
right.
warm up towards giving them more there.
Okay.
So
Betul.
yes, we've approached the end of the session for the day. So we would really like to thank you, Harvinder, for such an insightful session. I mean, there's so
No
many
problem. My
things.
pleasure.
Yeah. So before we end, if the audience wants to reach out to you, you mentioned LinkedIn just now, right? What's your
Yep.
LinkedIn name?
Harvinder Singh. You will
Okay.
see a younger picture of me, but slightly overweight. But yeah, I'm there.
Slightly overweight. Yeah. Now he's absolutely on a healthy health journey. So yeah, do join him there. But that was an amazing session. So it honestly, actually, I'm shocked you said it's 1 hour. It is already 1 hour. So thank you so much for joining us, Harvey.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
To our audiences, please stay tuned to Compass Mind Asia's social media page for more information about all our upcoming episodes, because next month will be our final episode for season 4. Don't forget to click on the link in the comment section, which has been put up again, to register yourself and your team for the free TNA session. Anyways, and if you are HR leader and want to be a guest on this show, do drop us a PM. So lastly, we would like to say thank you to all our audience also. Thank you, Mardia. She says thank you. Don't forget
Thank
to
you,
mark
Martin.
your date and your calendar for our next episode
Next.
next month once it comes out on LinkedIn. Ajit, you want to say something before that?
Yeah, thank you everybody for joining us today. I think we had a good time, and thank you for the interaction. Very, very much appreciated. So this just goes to show our show is valuable, Shireen. People are liking it. People are interacting and they're asking a lot of questions. With that, we'd like to thank Harvey for joining us again, and keep in
Absolutely.
touch. Lock time for our next session. And with that, signing off. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.